Put $100 into a locked drawer every month for 30 years, and you end up with exactly $36,000. Put the same $100 every month into something that grows at 10% a year, roughly the long-run average of broad stock market indexes and never a promise, and after the same 30 years, the account could show about $226,000. Same deposits, same 30 years, more than 6 times the money. So where did the extra amount come from? Not luck, not a trick. It came from one quiet idea working in the background the whole time. Your money earning money, and then those earnings earning money of their own. Today, let's watch that idea in slow motion. Meet Maya. She is 25, earns a modest salary at a mid-sized company, and every time saving comes up, she says the same sentence. I'll start properly once I earn more. Right now, what difference can $100 a month really make? So she waits. It feels harmless. The money is not being wasted, it just has not started yet. Here is what that waiting quietly costs. If Maya starts at 25 and her money grows at an average of 10% a year, then by 55, her $100 a month could become about $226,000. If she starts the exact same plan at 35 instead, she reaches 55 with about $76,000. Sit with that for a second. By waiting 10 years, she skipped only $12,000 of deposits, $100 a month for 10 years. But the final amount dropped by roughly $150,000. The years she skipped were the earliest ones, and in this story, the earliest years turn out to be the most valuable of all. To see why, forget money for a minute. Come stand at the top of a long, snowy hill. Imagine you pack a snowball the size of your fist and set it rolling down that hill. As it rolls, it picks up a thin layer of fresh snow. That layer makes the ball a little bigger. And here is the part that matters. Because the ball is bigger now, on the very next turn it touches more snow, so it picks up a thicker layer, which makes it bigger still, which makes the next layer thicker still. The snowball is not just growing, its growing is growing. That is compound interest. The snowball is your money. The snow it collects is whatever your money earns, interest, returns, growth. Simple interest would be a ball that picks up the same thin layer on every turn, forever. Compounding follows a different rule. Every new layer of snow starts collecting snow of its own. Interest starts earning interest. It is a tiny change in the rule, and it creates an enormous change in the result, but only if the hill is long enough. 3 things decide how big your snowball is at the bottom. The size you start with, that is, how much you put in. The steepness of the slope, that is, the rate your money grows at each year. And the length of the hill, that is time. Of the 3, the one almost everyone underestimates is the length of the hill. A small snowball on a very long hill will beat a big snowball on a short hill nearly every time. But here is the honest part that rarely gets said out loud. The first stretch of the hill is boring. For the first few years, your snowball looks almost the same as when you started. You put in $100 a month for a whole year, and the growth might be $50, maybe $60. It feels like nothing is happening. This is exactly where most people stop rolling. They look at the small numbers, decide the whole thing is not working, and walk back up the hill. The snowball never gets the chance to become what it was quietly on its way to becoming. So let's put real numbers on the hill, starting with a tool you can use entirely in your head. It is called the Rule of 72. Take the number 72, divide it by the yearly growth rate, and you get roughly how many years your money needs to double. Growing at 6% a year? 72 divided by 6, about 12 years to double. At 8%? 72 divided by 8, about 9 years. At 10%? 72 divided by 10, about 7 years. That is the whole rule. No calculator, no spreadsheet. Now watch what doubling does on a long hill. Say $10,000 grows at 10% a year, doubling roughly every 7 years. After 7 years, $20,000. After 14, $40,000. After 21, $80,000. After 28, $160,000. Now look closely at that last doubling. In the final 7 years alone, the money went from $80,000 to $160,000. It added $80,000. That one stretch added as much as the entire first 21 years managed to build. The bottom of the hill is where the astonishing part lives. And that is exactly why cutting the hill short, starting late or stopping early, costs far more than it ever seems to. What about monthly saving like Maya's $100? Let's assume it grows at an average of 10% a year, and let's be clear about that word, assume. Real returns move up and down, some years are negative, and nobody can promise you any particular number. With that said, here is the shape of the journey. After 10 years, Maya has put in $12,000, and it could be worth about $20,500. After 20 years, she has put in $24,000, worth about $76,000. After 30 years, $36,000 put in, worth about $226,000. Notice the pattern. In the first 10 years, the growth adds less than her own deposits. By the final stretch, the growth completely dwarfs them. Same snowball, same slope. The hill simply got long enough to matter. Now, where do people go wrong with all this? 3 places, and every one of them is understandable. Mistake 1. Waiting until there is a big amount to start with. It feels sensible. Why bother rolling $20 or $50 a month? But the snowball does not care how big it is when it starts. It cares how long the hill is. A 22-year-old putting away $50 a month owns something no 40-year-old can buy back at any price: more hill. Mistake 2. Stopping because it looks slow. The early years genuinely look disappointing. We said it before, and it deserves saying kindly again. Check your account every day, and you will mostly see nothing, and some days you will see less than you put in. That is normal. Compounding is a decades game that looks broken in its first few years. Judge it by the length of the hill, not by the first few meters. Mistake 3. Breaking the snowball halfway down. Pulling money out for a gadget, a sale, a passing want, a withdrawal does not just remove that amount. It removes every layer of snow that amount would have collected for the rest of the hill. Take out $1,000 at year 9 of a 30-year journey growing at 10%, and you have not removed $1,000. You have removed about $8,000 from the person waiting at the bottom, because that money had 3 more doublings left in it. And one short warning while we are here. If anyone ever promises to double your money in a year, run the rule of 72 backwards. Doubling in 1 year means they are claiming a 72% yearly return. Honest growth does not talk like that. We have a whole video on schemes that do. So what can you actually do? 4 things, all of them boring, all of them powerful. First, start this month with whatever you have. $20 counts, $50 counts. The size of the first snowball matters far less than the fact that the clock has started. Set the transfer to leave your account automatically the day after your paycheck arrives, so it never has to depend on willpower or memory. In India, this habit of automatic monthly investing is so common it has its own name, a SIP. Whatever your country calls it, the idea is the same. Pay the snowball first. Second, pick a slope you understand and can stay on. Steady, simple options you actually understand, a plain index fund, a retirement account, a simple savings plan at your bank, whatever matches your comfort with risk, will beat exciting options you abandon in a panic. We have covered index funds before on this channel if you want that story. Third, raise the amount once a year. When your income grows, let the snowball share in it. Moving from $100 to $120 a month feels tiny today, but every extra dollar gets the whole remaining hill to roll down. Fourth, leave it alone. No pausing when headlines look scary. No digging it up every month to check on it. A snowball only compounds while it keeps rolling. So, the snowball. Your money rolls down a long hill collecting growth, and the growth itself starts collecting growth, which is why the ball swells slowly at first and then enormously at the end. The length of the hill matters more than the size of the ball. So the earliest years are the most valuable ones you will ever get. Start small, start now, and let time do the heavy lifting. Which brings us to our question. What monthly amount could you honestly keep rolling for the next 10 years without stopping? $20? $50? Or $100? Tell us in the comments.